Hi, this is Gail, and today I want to share a devotion about Jonathan, the son of King Saul, and David before he became king. And it's about their kindred spirit, their values that were very similar. You know, both of these young men had very unique spiritual values. Now, I know that as time went on, David committed a very serious sin of adultery and murder, and he paid dearly for that in many ways. But his overall life was marked by true repentance and by a theme of faithfulness and love for God. And when he was younger, and he and Jonathan were friends before he was king, when he was actually helping Jonathan's father, of course, there was a lot of intrigue involved there in that Saul became jealous of David, and there was a lot of interaction that was very ungodly. But one thing that Jonathan and David had in similar was that they both respected authority. David, even when he had an opportunity to kill King Saul, he refused to do so, even though his men were urging him to do that. That's in 1 Samuel 24. But David knew that King Saul was God's chosen one. Even though King Saul had failed in many ways, he was not going to take over King Saul until it was God's plan for him. So he had this respect for Saul's authority. Likewise, Jonathan, Saul's son, did not agree with many things that Saul did. In fact, he saved David. He warned David about Saul's attempt to try to kill him. Yet, he treated his father very respectfully and actually died obeying orders for his father in a battle. Um, so we can see that this was a very important value that they shared. Secondly, something that they shared was that they deeply respected God's ability to do what God wanted done, to do the impossible sometimes. In 1 Samuel 14, before Jonathan and his armor bearer defeated the whole Philistine army, Jonathan said, "Nothing can hinder the Lord. He will win a battle whether he has many warriors or only a few." And this, of course, reminds us of the time that David stood before Goliath with a slingshot, and he said to him, "You come to me with sword, spear, and javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord our God, the Lord of heaven's armies. He will put all of you in our power." That's 1 Samuel 17. In these two ways, very unique ways, Jonathan and David were kindred spirits. They both had a deep respect for God and His Word, and they also understood God's purpose for authority and they had the ability to respect authority even when that authority was not always godly. I want to encourage you. I'm going to leave a link in the description for this video to the bite-sized Bible study that talks a little bit more about Jonathan and David, and especially dispels some of the false statements that have been made about Jonathan and David being lovers. So I encourage you to read that, to go to that study and check that out as well. And let's just remember those two very good, very Christian qualities: to respect authority, not to obey it when it's ungodly, but to respect authority, and to also believe that God will do what He intends to do.